Transformers.
Decepticons, mobilize. Welcome, my friends. This is your friend, Alakazam ASMR, back with you once more with a Transformers Armada video. Today we will be unveiling the master tactician of the Decepticon army, Frost, as well as his Minicon partner, Inferno. The first things you'll notice about these figures is that Frost takes the form of a kind of fighter jet, a mix between a VTOL Harrier and, well, just some kind of basic fighter plane. We have some really nice designs here. A nice dark gray and green coloration, as well as Inferno taking the form of a missile tank. So, sit back and relax as we get into Transformers Armada ASMR. Let us begin by putting Frost here to the side for now. This is his Minicon partner, Inferno. So, to transform him, all you need to do is flip his little arms out here, side to side. You push it up, and then what you can do is you can actually remove the missile launcher and flip his legs out from here. And voila, a very simple design. Minicons should be designed this way. Very simple to put together for being such small figures. And then you take the missile launcher and you can put it on either arm, which is a nice little touch. So if you're right or left-handed, Inferno has the firepower on either side of the battlefield. Hey, make sure that you're subscribing to Alakazam ASMR and nobody gets hurt. Well, Inferno, calm down. They're our friends. I said calm down, Inferno. Don't launch an... Okay. You're going to be in one of those moods, aren't you? Launching a missile at the subscribers. That's going to be the next YouTube controversy. Anyways, as you might have noticed, this missile launcher is very easy to set off. So, it might look as if it's ornamental, but it's a very dangerous weapon. He keeps launching this thing at me. Inferno has a mind of his own. He's quite temperamental, isn't he? So, this is the trigger right here. So, you press this little button, and a missile launches out. Imagine that. It's got a really good release mechanism, though. So, this is Inferno, Frost's Minicon partner. Quite a cool dynamic design for such a simple little Minicon. Quite big. Stands very well on his own, although the missile launcher can cause a little bit of a problem with balance. So let's see if we can sit Inferno over in the corner here. Yeah, we can. But I can also use the missile launcher to balance him. Now, a little bit of explanation on the character of Frost before we transform them. Frost is a late addition to the Decepticon team, the sneaky, cunning, deceptive Decepticon, who is the master tactician. While not the most powerful Decepticon, he's very cunning, and he might have an agenda of his own. Nonetheless, this leads to Megatron giving him a nickname he doesn't quite appreciate, which I'll explain in a moment. Now let's go over this vehicle form. It's a nice design for a jet. 2 missile launchers on each side. These don't have as much of a release as Inferno does, but these missiles will detach. You kind of just need to push them out, though. So it's not a dynamic firing motion, which is a shame. But still, we're here for the vehicle and robot forms. VTOL jet. You can flip the landing gear underneath here if you want to go for a more airborne experience. And the second you want to display thrust, just flip this out and he sits just fine. Some other details are he has an assault mode. So, to unlock this, we need to transform Inferno back to his vehicle form. So, take the missile launcher and the missile with it. You're not cooperating with me, are you, Inferno? Hey, I'm just excited to get into this Transformers ASMR video. Okay, makes sense. Let me go pick up the missile. Went flying off the Deceptor table. Now, the great thing about Transformers Armada figures is even if the pieces fall apart, they can just be clicked right back into place. Like any good robot, they can be fixed. Now, I'm going to take the missile out because you're a little bit trigger happy. Now, we're going to flip this back out. Come on. Work with me here. We're professionals here, damn it. Alright. And then we can reattach this to the top of Inferno. Oh wait, no. This is better. That makes much more sense. Doesn't it, Alakazam? Now, a missile carrier. Now I'm going to trust you here. I'm going to trust you. Don't fire the missile, please. Thank you, Inferno. Now, you'll get your moment to shine in a moment. Now, on the back section of the VTOL jet, in Thrust's vehicle mode, you have a little minicon port here. Unfortunately, it doesn't do anything to the actual main figure itself. However, you can attach this to the back of Thrust. It's a little bit fidgety. Oh, wait a minute. It's not a little bit fidgety. I need to put the arms all the way up. Ah, I see. It's just my own ineptitude. Typical. There we go. That's the way his form's supposed to be. We're professionals here, damn it. Now, this is Inferno in his vehicle mode. Now, we can fit this onto the back of Thrust to give him an aerial assault mode. An extra missile launcher or two really adds to the dynamic of the figure. Extra firepower for soaring through the skies. You can move these missiles down as well. And I like the little bit of design to make it look as if there's a little bit of rust on the wings, or wear and tear. Now, it's not a transformer if we don't transform. So, Inferno, sit to the side and watch how it's done. To transform Thrust, it's actually quite a simple transformation. Here where the missiles are, and here, the thrusters. You can split these. Now, be careful. The one problem with this figure is this back part, which is used for the assault mode, quite easily pops off. So, see what I mean? It can just pop on and off. So even though it breaks easily, it does fix itself easily as well. Now, we flip these out to form the legs. Quite subtle in a way, how well this actually transforms. You flip the feet out. And then, from here, you put the head into place, rotate, arms down, and you have the tactician of the Decepticon army. My name is Thrust, tactician of the Decepticon army.
Lord Megatron calls me SQUIDHEAD. Where does he get that idea from? That's a terrible name. Maybe I should call him Blockhead or Staghead.
Frost, we got a video to make here.
Oh, we do? Oh, sorry. Carry on.
Now, one detail you'll notice is this really nice Decepticon logo on each side. You gotta represent your colors, you know? Now, zooming out, you can now see Inferno in the background. Frost does sit relatively well on his own, believe it or not. It's the shape of the figure that makes it a bit troublesome. But we're working with the equipment that we've got. Straighten the legs out and straighten the back. See, this is the problem with the Frost figure. The balancing can be all over the place at times. So, let's get him to look towards the camera. And there you go. There's Transformers Armada. Frost. Nice detail in the face. The wings have minicon ports. They don't do anything, unfortunately, but if you want to mount a minicon, you can do so. Now, looking at the figure itself, this is where the problems lie. He has missile launchers on his legs, so it's not really a good position unless he's like hovering over someone in robot form, and he launches the missiles like that. So he uses his arms to keep himself afloat, and then, boom, aerial assault. He is a tactician, so I'm going to take his word for it that this feature does have a practical purpose. I do like the idea that his arms are the jet turbines. He can use wind and missiles to defeat his foes. Quite a cool figure, isn't he?
I'm not SQUIDHEAD. I'm Frost, commander of the...
Yeah, we've heard that part before. Anyways, unfortunately, Frost doesn't have that many features, but I kind of like a simple figure now and then. So, he does look nice when he's posed. If you can get him to pose, that is. The balancing is all over the place. That being said, for such a small jet figure, he's quite well designed. Now, he does have a minicon port, which you have to use a little bit differently. You have to flip this around. See if I remember how to do this. How do you activate this again? Ah, right. So, on the chest is a little minicon port. If you put Inferno on here, and make sure his legs and arms are out of the way, don't want friendly fire here. So, if you move Inferno, we're also going to remove this port here, just for maximum efficiency. So on the back are his wings. You pull that down, and you can use these as propeller blades, the wings. And if you so desire, you can have him do this at the front also. So, using this, he can use the propeller as a form of attack. Of course, his missile legs get in the way significantly. You get a quite good spin out of it, though. The problem is that Inferno doesn't fit particularly well on the chest of Frost. But when you can get it working, it's a nice little spin action you've got. So, He has a propeller attack on the front. It's just quite a clunky little design. So, we'll put his arms up here. And Frost is going in a tantrum again, as well as Inferno. Perhaps they're a better match for each other than I thought. So, we'll turn this back round. Frost is a little bit of he's a little bit tricky to maneuver. He looks nice, but as soon as like a kid or a man-child like myself decides to play with him, it's quite fidgety. It's difficult to really get a grip of him. But we're here to make a relaxing Transformers ASMR video. So that's what we're going to do. So, put the back on here. Fold the wings back in. So, before you do anything, it looks quite nice when you're not doing anything. This is a toy that is more designed to sit on a unit and just look cool.
I do look cool, don't I?
Yeah, you do, Frost. Now, you can still attach this part to the back. So if you desire, you can put this part on his back just to fill him out a little bit more. Because of the awkward shape of Frost, it's really hard to recommend putting a minicon on him, because Inferno can't really do much from here because of the angles. Maybe if he's like hovering above an enemy, then I can see him using the missile launcher, hovering and going bang. But the main functionality you're going to have weapons-wise with Frost is going to be in the wings. Because of the shape of his hands, you can't attach a minicon to it, which is unfortunate. However, there is one thing you can do. I don't know if it's really what you're intended to do, but you can actually attach Inferno's weapon to Frost, although it's a very awkward fit. But if you put it on a different side, perhaps. Maybe if I put it on this side. Huh, you can. So, this actually adds a pretty cool dynamic. Now Frost has an extended missile launcher.
Don't I look cool now, Alakazam?
Yeah, you do. Just a small touch, but it really adds a little bit more dimension and play.
Sure does, doesn't it?
So, this has been Transformers Armada Frost. Unfortunately, I just can't play around with him that much. That's the problem. He just stands and looks cool, and then bosses the other Decepticons around. He is the tactician, after all. So, let's just put him over the side here to lie down. I'm going to get Inferno transformed, assuming he doesn't pull a tantrum on me, and put him side by side. So there is Inferno, and there is Frost. Let's transform him one more time just for fun before we make an end to this video. So, once again, you just flip, flippity flip. Okay, how do we do this again? How do we do this again? Right. So we take the feet, flip it round. For such a small figure, he can put up quite a fight when you're trying to maneuver him. Let me do this off screen. Apologies, this kind of highlights the problem with the Frost figure. It's very tricky to maneuver and pose around. So I'm doing this off screen just so I can avoid having too many clicky noises on the camera. Alright, so what have we done here? Alright, the ball joint. That sounds healthy. Play around with this first. Quite a troublesome figure. Yeah, this is definitely going to make it into the final. This is definitely going to make it into the final cut. I'm a professional, I swear. Right. Ah, there we go. Right. So after enough foofing around, okay, it can be a little bit confusing maneuvering this guy around, but once you get the swing of it, you do have a relatively simple transformation. You just need to practice quite a lot with it. Yeah, quite a difficult figure to deal with. What is it I'm doing wrong? Ah, right, there's a little bit of clickies here. So, eventually we got Thrust transformed. Now the cool thing is you can use Inferno's missile launcher, and it's a lot easier to play around with Thrust in his vehicle mode, because there's much more flexibility. The shapes are a lot more straight, so you can actually get a little bit more maneuverability out of him. Now, we're going to transform him back one more time. Now, transforming into his robot form is actually way simpler than it is transforming him back. So, pop the legs out. Not literally, don't worry. This is an Armada toy. So, if you ever pop the ball joint, it just goes right back in. Okay, legs, legs. Arm down, head up. Rotate to keep it steady. And there we go. Thrust transformed. It's a cool little figure. Thrust looks really cool. Unfortunately, it's just a convoluted design. For such a cool, it looks like a really simple figure when you've got him in vehicle mode and in his transformer mode. It's just he's a little bit fragile. But besides that, he's a fun figure to play around with. So, let's get some close-up shots and then say our goodbyes. Let's get him posed. I'm going to put the back onto Thrust. There we go. Let's have a look. And then we're going to give the missile launcher back to Inferno. Don't shoot me this time, please. Excellent. So, this has been Transformers Armada, Thrust, and Inferno. Watch where you point that thing. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Unfortunately, it's a little bit more of a mess compared to my other Transformers Armada videos just due to the design. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to show you the structure, the transformations, and a little bit of lore on these characters. Now, freeze. Make sure you go and hit like, comment, and subscribe, and check out my other Transformers Armada videos. Please. For their sake, they're very keen on shooting people today. We sure are. We sure are. Yeah, buddy, we sure are. But yeah. Hey, stop tapping the camera.
What is this thing, Frost? I don't know, he does some kind of weird ASMR thing on YouTube. Oh.
Okay guys, I think it's time to say goodbye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this kind of Transformers Armada content, I have currently completed Demolisher, Cyclonus, and the Land Military Team. I'm trying to make a clear playthrough, if you will, of the Decepticon side. So we still have quite a few Decepticons to go by. So, some of Frost's friends might be joining us in future episodes. Until then, this has been your friend, Alakazam ASMR, with Frost and Inferno. Temperamental as they are, they've had a pleasure spending time with you all, and hope you have a wonderful day, no matter who you are or where you are. Take care, my friends, till all are one. Have a nice time, everyone. Give them some camera time. It's been a pleasure, everyone. Decepticons, mobilize. Thank you for your time, and adios, my friends.